What's happening, everyone? Greetings from Barcelona. I am here with True Geordie and Poker Stars, so I'm having a fantastic time. But I thought we needed to have a chat about what happened at Stamford Bridge yesterday. Firstly, I think we need to credit Chelsea. I am so proud of my team. I'm so proud of the way that we played. I was fearful going into that fixture. I thought that Chelsea were going to be on the receiving end of an Antonio Conte masterclass. I genuinely did, and I have never been more happy to be proved wrong. Tottenham celebrating a draw as if they've won the league. That is a difference. Chelsea is so disappointed. We are so upset at that result and the nature of it, and that is what we need to talk about here. Chelsea were robbed. There are no two ways about it. What Anthony Taylor did at Stamford Bridge is a disgrace, and he should never be allowed to referee Chelsea games again. This is a pattern. We have seen this constantly with Anthony Taylor and his conduct around Chelsea games. He's cost us cup finals, and he has done it again yesterday. How anybody could see that issue and not deem it a foul is just beyond me. It's a disgrace. It is completely outrageous, and it needs to be looked at. This needs to go to a higher body. Things need to be taken far more seriously, because this is completely and utterly unacceptable. I cannot believe that this has happened. I cannot believe that it's got to this stage where one of the most obvious fouls that you will ever see isn't given. This isn't about VAR, by the way. People are talking about VAR, and that is a separate conversation. But I think that VAR is taking the responsibility away from the referee. I think the referee needs to look at this. To pull Cucurella's hair in the box so blatantly, you will never see a more obvious foul than that. The referee needs to call that. It isn't about VAR. We can talk about VAR. How VAR haven't acknowledged that it's a foul is just... I mean, it's comical, and it would be funny if it wasn't so serious. But I honestly think that things need to be looked at. Paul Tierney cost Liverpool points. Do you remember that game? It was when Liverpool played Tottenham. Paul Tierney cost Liverpool points. Jurgen Klopp spoke about that, and as a result, Tierney has got a limited amount of responsibilities around Liverpool games. Why isn't that happening with Chelsea and Taylor? This is a pattern. This has been looked at constantly. Do you remember the foul on Marcos Alonso? It was Gazaniga in goal for Tottenham Hotspur, and the foul that came that day was just outrageous. Clear penalty. Tierney gave a foul against Alonso. Have you ever seen anything more ridiculous? And the pattern that is emerging, it needs to be looked at. People want to talk about Conte, obviously. I've got no real issue with it. I think Tuchel conducted himself brilliantly. Antonio Conte looked petulant, and Tuchel came out of that one the winner. There is no doubt about it that he came out of it the winner. But overall, I'm so proud of this Chelsea team. We played so well. If Kai Havertz has scored that goal, I mean, what is he doing? How can you miss that? The beautiful assist there from Reece James. And it was harder to score. So if that had gone in, it would have been a totally different game. If Jorginho wasn't dithering yet again, how many points is Jorginho going to cost us? Off the top of your head, you just list them, don't you? Man United last year, Tottenham this year. Like, it's just constant. Arsenal, when he played it back. I mean, it's just a ridiculous amount of times that it's happened. So something needs to be looked at there. Jorginho costing Chelsea points is something that I'm just laboured by. I find it so draining that we're talking about that again. Kai Havertz missing chances. Chelsea need to sign a centre forward. Never has that been more clear. But the spirit in this team, I am so full of admiration for what Thomas Tuchel did. We played with heart, we played with tenacity, we played with aggression, we played with spirit, and crucially, this is the bit that's most inspiring. We played with flair. We slapped Tottenham up. We absolutely battered them. They couldn't get the ball off us at times. It was wave after wave after wave of Chelsea attacks. And for that, I am grateful. We've taken 4 points out of the first 2 games. It's more than I thought we'd take. It is more than I thought we would take. So this season is shaping up to be a pulsating one. Quite where we're going to go from here, I don't know. From a Tottenham perspective, I guess they'd look at it and say it's a ground where they always get beat. It's the kind of performance that they put in and usually end up losing. So they'll be happy with the point, I guess. You could see the celebrations, Kane going wild, Richarlison going wild, the fans going wild. But I thought they looked pitiful. I honestly believe that they looked pitiful yesterday. So everything I've been saying about Tottenham, I thought they were going to be so much better. The only thing they did was manage to nick points. But there is a broader point that needs to be discussed here. It isn't about the draw. This is about Anthony Taylor. He can never, ever ref a Chelsea game again. There is a pattern emerging of serious poor conduct. I mean, it gets to the stage where you think, is it bias or is it being inadequate? I don't know what's worse. I mean, is he unfit to referee because he doesn't have the skills, or is he unfit because he is biased and potentially a cheat? These things need to be looked at. But you take Anthony Taylor out of the equation, you take VAR out of the equation, Chelsea win that game, destroy Tottenham, so many players, so many positives. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, brilliant. Reece James, brilliant. If we had been a little less profligate in front of goal, it would have been a different story. But overall, full of pride, and this season now is off to a flyer. Can't wait to get over the bridge soon. This has been fun. I am playing a serious poker tournament with the Geordie, so make sure that you check that out. We're going to be on the PokerStars Twitch channel, going live tonight, so make sure you're there. I'll be pushing it out on my socials. We're going to be live on the True Geordie Twitch channel as well. It's going to be spectacular. I'm out here with Mr. McCullough. I'm going to join him now to eat some gambas and laugh at Man United. But take one thing from this: Anthony Taylor never needs to officiate a Chelsea game again. It's criminal what he did. Absolutely criminal. I hope you're all well. See you in a bit.